Hello and welcome to The Truth in My Opinion, the podcast where I, Cody Darla, ask a guest to bring me the 3 news stories they think should be on all of our lips. And this week, with Andy Burnham announcing he's running to be Prime Minister via the constituency of Makerfield, I'm fighting my own by-election to become the funniest man in the room. A battle I'm sure to lose because this week I'm joined by comedy genius Simon Brodkin.
Thank you, mate. Thank
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the podcast, Simon.
Not at all. It's
Welcome.
lovely to be here.
Well, I'm so excited to have you. Legitimate comedy hero for me,
Oh, that's
Simon.
really cool, man.
I've
Thank you,
honestly, from Lee Nelson up to the present, I absolutely love you.
Well,
I'm obsessed.
Because of my ego, no matter what you are like, I love you now. That's the shallow nature of being a comedian.
Exactly. I've done a few of these episodes. I know how it works.
Right. You seem to have 35 heroes. A lot of your guests are heroes.
Everyone's my hero. Everyone becomes my hero if they're not already. But Simon, if people don't know your comedy, they will probably know you as the guy who pranked Donald Trump in 2016 when you rolled out a load of swastika-covered golf balls. When he was opening his Turnberry golf course.
Yes.
They may also know you as the guy who handed Theresa May her P45 in the middle of her conference speech.
Correct.
They may also know you as the guy who pranked, is it Sepp Blatter at the FIFA conference when you threw a load of dollars over him?
Yes.
And they may also know you as the guy who sort of invaded the stage during Kanye West's show.
I feel like this is a list of my arrests.
Yeah. Are you ever worried that you're going to get shot or something?
In hindsight, yes, but at the time, it's just a laugh.
It's just
a laugh.
It's just a laugh.
If you can't prank a president, what's the point?
I think you would get shot now. If you did that prank with Donald Trump now, I'm worried you would get
What annoys me
shot.
is the other assassins ruin it, don't they?
It's
true. Like they don't realise. They think I'm just going to kill a president. Well, they don't realise. You're probably not. And it's going to ruin just a simple prankster like me having a laugh.
I thought you could have been the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter. I thought, has anyone checked it's not Simon Brodkin running through the security?
Yeah.
It could have been.
The fact is, if it gets a laugh, I'm up for it. That's what you're dealing with.
I was wondering, because I was watching back all your pranks. Love them. I was wondering if, there's been a change in kind of the way politics is sort of going, and whether you think there's because when you were doing those pranks, they were so funny, and the target was just you make the target look so dumb. Now, I wonder whether we're in an age where it's impossible to make politicians look dumb. Is it less effective now? Do you think you could do it now?
Can you make fun of people who are so ridiculous themselves? It does become harder. I mean, how do you mock President Trump because he is almost a caricature of himself?
Exactly.
I guess shooting him is the only option I had. It is that people are becoming bigger and bigger, sillier and sillier. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Keir, he's trying to be serious.
He's trying to be serious. But, I mean, there was that guy, wasn't there, with Keir Starmer who threw glitter on him?
Yeah, I thought that's the best intro he's ever had.
It is. But there was he rolled up his sleeves, and then it was it became a thing. It really did him his image quite good, because they were look at him rolling his sleeves up and just ignoring it.
That was probably his most charismatic moment. When actually he was just trying to get some magic dust off his jacket.
Yeah, exactly. But I was laughing in your documentary, because I rewatched your documentary of you describing how you did the Trump thing.
Right.
And I was laughing at once you'd got arrested.
Yes.
You were so surprised by how close you got to him.
Yes.
And I kind of had a similar thing. So I did something similar recently with Layla Cunningham, the Reform UK mayoral candidate.
Right.
And I tried to hand her an envelope full of Russian money.
Okay.
And I was astounded by how seriously they took it. You were running through all of these kind of versions, and at no point are you I think they'll think it's real, and I'll get to them really easily, and they'll just run with it.
Right.
And it was exactly that kind of thing I had, where I was I can't believe they allowed me. It was that easy. To get that close.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It is nuts.
But maybe they're so corrupt.
Yes, I think politicians tend not to have a sense of humour.
Yes. But
political journalists don't seem to have a sense of humour. I remember being led out the room. They were all chanting. I think they were chanting "scum, scum, scum."
What about you?
Yeah, that was me. I was like, guys, honestly, put on a poster, put on a tour poster, and then I was being let. We gave Teresa the P45.
Yeah.
And then a bit like you in that moment thinking, well, obviously they're going to know this is silly, but I clearly just looked like a Tory aide handing her a piece of paper and more notes. I mean, and
is that what they thought?
Instead of booting me out, they just gently lowered me back into the audience. I was like, but guys, this is the bit where you chuck me out and arrest me.
Oh my God.
And that's why I went over to Boris and was like, slapped him on the thumb. I went, Boris, it went bloody marvellously, and that's where he called me a massive pillock,
massive pillock,
or a total plonker, or something. It was either. It was from the king of pillocks. It was sort of a compliment, really.
It's a wonderful compliment. I can't believe they thought you were an aide. That was kind of my was my experience.
Right?
Like, they just don't. I don't know what it is about them. Whether they're completely oblivious and stupid, or it's just like they've never tried to make a joke in their life. I don't know what it is.
They seem pretty human. I mean, politics and
humorless,
comedy.
self-absorbed.
When I was, so then they marched me out eventually. Like, okay, this guy. I get that he was handing a sort of struggling prime minister a bit of her speech, but I'm sure he probably shouldn't be slapping Boris on the thigh and saying that went great.
Don't
lad.
you dare touch Boris!
Right. So that was the party darlings. Then they dragged me out the room, and as I'm being dragged out, the press pack sort of walking backwards, asking me questions, and rather than realizing, okay, this guy, he's a comedian. This is funny. They were like, what happened? And I was saying, I've just given the Prime Minister a P45 on behalf of Boris Johnson. And their follow-up question is, when did this deal happen? I'm like, no, this is... Surely you've got to realise that it happened. They just carried on taking it seriously. And then the armed police took it seriously as well. God. What is it about the police and sense of humour? It was a joke, guys. Come on.
Maybe that was the moment. That 2017 moment was the moment that you stopped being able to make a joke about politicians.
Right.
That was it.
I remember it was in Manchester, and these big armed officers, and they're always big, the armed officers.
They are
the big
famously
guns,
so.
And I'm small. And they were towering over me, sort of in that sort of, because then they had to treat me like, what is they're trained to like kill potentially some dangerous terrorists, and there's a fucking clown going, here's a P45, and I aim but don't fire. I don't know what do we do.
Just hit his knees.
Right. Yeah. Get his big toe. And they were there around me and sort of really, but equally they were called upon, and they they now know this is properly a thing where they have to step in. They were like, listen, Simon, one of them whispered, bends down, and he goes, Simon, I'm a massive fan, mate, but I've got to say, you've gone too far this time, mate.
You've gone too far. Well, Simon, tell me about you're going on a massive tour. Simon Brodkin Unleashed.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me about what is it? What is it about? What's the show about?
Well, I feel it's unleashed from police custody now.
Of course.
Having done the pranks and done the characters, the stand-up is the thing that's really giving me, I guess, the most pleasure to do.
Yeah.
And chiming great with audiences as well. And I've sort of experimented with straight stand-up and put some clips out on TikTok and Insta and just. I guess like some of the stuff you're doing when it just chimes with people, they're liking it, you're having fun, let's go.
That's great.
And this is now like the second big tour, and stand-up is something that I'm, just loving getting better at. As the more you get better, the more you feel like you can talk about the things you want to talk about and not have to worry so much. And I feel that's hence the unleashed thing of just going, I'm unleashed, let's go, let's say what I feel like from the, what's crazy stuff going on in the world to the crazy stuff going on in the UK to the crazy stuff going on in my house. It's out there. So the huge tour.
And there's no risk of you being tasered or shot.
There's always a risk. Let's not be silly. Whatever I do, there's always a risk.
I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited to see the show. Simon, before we get into your headlines, the question I ask every single person who comes on the podcast is, are you a newsy person? Are you newsy?
I'm newsy. I'm becoming less newsy and more sportsy.
Okay.
Because the news, it's just like, oh, fucking hell, man.
Yes.
It's a little bit like,
Yeah.
Can I be bothered to lower my mood on a load of events that
It is basically
no matter
that,
what I
isn't
feel
it?
about these events, they ain't changing.
That's
Let's just
true.
tap out.
Yeah.
The most serious thing in my life at the moment is VAR.
Okay. Well,
which-
this is sort of now your headlines are starting to make a bit of sense now.
Right.
They've got a sporty sort of slant.
Yeah. Sport's as serious as anyone should take anything.
Okay.
And beyond that, it just gets silly. I don't think there's been a war. Was there only one war with sport?
Well, I don't know. Well, no, even First World War came to an end when they played football.
There we go.
You're right. It brings people
Case in
together.
point.
Yeah, case in point. Well, Simon, please, I'd like you now. I'm going to hand over the reins of news to you, and I'd like you to deliver your first news headline.
Okay.
In your best newsy voice, if
My
that's
best
possible.
newsy voice.
Yeah. Imagine you're presenting the news. You're going to read it like this. Feel free to play around with it.
Thank you.
Feel free to play around with it. Okay, Simon, please deliver your first headline.
Footie fan ordered to stop flying Union Jack by Labour-run council because it was, quote, offensive, quote, to neighbours.
Okay. Tell me
Please,
what this story is about. This is tabloidy. I like it.
It's tabloidy.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't so newsy, so that's actually the most I've read in a few months. So this is about a guy, I think in Southwark.
Yep, Southwark Council.
Written Southwark, but you don't want to pronounce it like that.
No.
And
West
pretend
Walk,
you're a local.
North Walk.
So in Southwark. So I think, I mean, let's be honest, I haven't read the whole article. I'm not going to lie. But
Don't worry, I've got the facts. I'm testing you.
Right.
I've got the facts.
And it's in a tabloid, so we've got to take it with a big pinch of salt.
A big pinch of salt.
Probably some of this happened. But he was asked to take his Union Jack down.
Yeah.
So he had a Union Jack on a balcony.
On his balcony.
I mean, if you're in Southwark, you've got a balcony already, you're ahead of the game. So he's and he was asked to take it down by the people around the building, saying it was offensive.
Well, it was the council. So the council.
You've bloody read the article. He's bloody stabbed me in the back, and he knows more about this
listen,
than me.
This podcast isn't a competition, but sometimes it's very clear when one of us has read the article and the other one hasn't. This week it's very clear.
Describe the pictures. There's a bloke with a flag.
So there's a guy, he's put the Union flag out on his balcony. The council, someone from the council wrote to him and threatened to evict him.
Amazing.
If he didn't take it down because it was offensive.
Yeah.
He said it was for St. George's Day, which was taking place a couple of days later.
Yeah.
He said no one he's spoken to who live next to him have a problem.
But you wouldn't tell your
have
neighbour.
a problem.
No one tells their neighbour about anything.
Exactly.
How are things, they're fine.
Even if they had a problem, they wouldn't tell
you could
him.
hung a dead body out there and people are like, no, we're cool with that.
It's true. People don't want to rock the boat these
Exactly.
days. And then it turned out, basically, everyone at this council then has been like, when this has come to light, they're like, who the fuck sent this letter?
Right.
So this letter wasn't even authorised. It was just one person.
Just a bloke.
Who worked at the council,
Yeah.
probably.
There's so many
sending
people
it
at the
on,
council these days.
There's so many
What are
people
you-
these days.
Yeah.
So sending it on like Southwark Council letter-headed paper to
Right.
this guy, just because this one person, we don't know who they are, at the
Right.
council was like, I don't like that flag.
Right.
Crazy.
So it's all just. So I did. I actually did a tour, a sort of sketch to launch the tour.
Yes.
As I walked through the streets of Britain. It's actually eventually, but I walked through the streets of Britain and coming across various sort of crazy things going on in Britain today. And I had a little briefcase with me, and these things were coming along. Like there was this influencer on the street going, join me in my incredible journey to buy some milk outside of Tesco's. And then you got this guy at the bus stop going, everyone, it's the 6-7 bus. And everyone's 6-7, right? And eventually I take my microphone out the suitcase and go, someone's got to say something. I'm going to the Apollo Theatre, right?
Okay.
And one of the things was these two people tussling over the Union Jack on a lamppost, going up, down, up, didn't take it. And this is kind of emblematic of the madness that we've got around flags and what they mean and putting them up and taking them down and being offensive. And, this means this and no, you're racist and no, we're patriot. It's just gone into sort of silly territory.
It's gone insane. And you're right. Now it's like there's a real tussle between just people who quite, as in this case, quite harmlessly putting up a flag, and then also the people.
But was he though, mate? But was he?
Maybe he wasn't. There is a picture of him in this article, and he looks like he was. He was just putting it up.
Yeah, he loved it.
He didn't really look far right.
He's got a lanyard, possibly the gayest lanyard I've ever seen.
I think
it's
he's
got
an
1,000
lanyard.
gay rainbows, like LGBT.
Exactly.
It's like, so
and he's got an earring.
He's got an earring.
He is not one of those. He's not one of those.
And it's kind of fun as well to see, people who just want to put a Union Jack. It doesn't mean that you are a shaved-headed sort of nutcase.
No,
good
I feel like maybe the lanyard is the variable here. If anyone who puts up a flag, if they do have an LGBTQ lanyard, then it's allowed.
Lanyard.
If you don't, then it's a bit dodgy.
Flag,
what are you doing?
Flag plus lanyard, okay. Lanyard minus flag, okay.
Yes.
Flag minus lanyard,
not okay.
Eviction.
Get them out. Get them out. But this is sort of. Do you know the origins of the flag tail? You know the what was it called? Operation Raise the Colours. You know, like a couple of years ago.
Are we talking like now?
Now we're talking as
not
in
like when we put the. Because there was a time someone said, "Guys, couple of designs. What are you thinking?"
No, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about the design. But yeah, that's true.
Design is good. I mean, it is a good flag.
It is a good flag.
Because France, same colours.
Yeah.
It's like
not as good.
It's like, you know, when you different kids in class and you're like, clearly one's talented at art, and they've done the Union Jack and the other one's just gone, I've done the colours and the Dex colour and the Dex colour, and the other kids like really talented. I've done them in a sort of cross. Different bits, sort of feels contextual, but not too much. What do you think?
That's true. We have the superior flag.
It's a good flag.
Definitely, it's a good flag. But the origins of this Operation Raise the Colours, or is it far right? Is it racist to put up a flag? Was basically came from someone had put a flag up in Birmingham on a lamppost, and the council, the LED light bulb had gone out on the light that this flag was flying from. So the council, to climb it, they had to legally take down the flag for health and safety. It's the bloody council again.
He probably didn't even work for the council.
He's probably moonlighting as someone who just likes climbing lampposts. They had to take the flag down to replace the bulb.
Right.
Someone observed them doing that. It then snowballed into this whole thing of you can't put a flag up anymore.
Right.
So actually... The root cause. You can't if the light bulb's gone out. You can't. But also, apparently, you can't. Maybe this is a council-engineered problem.
Should have put up with a lanyard, obviously, is where he went wrong.
If he was wearing a lanyard, it would have been fine.
That's mad that it started there. Interesting. Yeah. The most interesting bits of history.
Exactly.
Very few of them start in Birmingham.
But a lot of them start with a misunderstanding. Mistakes and misunderstandings.
Yeah.
So just imagine at that time, that council worker replacing the bulb, the events are snowballing, and now we're here. A man, David Gilly, with an LGBT lanyard, can't even put up a Union flag on his Southwark balcony.
You need to get that Birmingham councillor in here. Forget me. I want to hear someone who's starting these stories.
We need to go direct to the source.
Not reading them out.
Do you have a Union flag? Would you put a Union flag up?
Would I put a Union flag up? No. I mean, no. No.
Not at all? Well, under no circumstances.
Under no never. Would I put you? I'm not a big I belong to this clan, thing. But what's interesting is you would get less stick for putting a Ukrainian flag up than you would for putting a Union. That's weird. Forget the whys, the wherefores.
Yes.
The situation we're in now is silly.
You're absolutely right. It's silly.
And putting a Union Jack, raising that, people just assume. Yeah, it's weird. It's a funny situation.
It is a very, very funny
situation.
A few
colours, lads.
Yeah, but I should say the council have said it's fine. The Southwark Council have been like, I don't know what Nutter wrote to you, but it's fine.
That
bloke
probably didn't work for the council either.
Probably not.
How many Southwark Council
doesn't even exist? He's got a thick Birmingham accent.
Right, yeah.
Just get him out of here. This guy is causing havoc with the flags.
I'd happily raise a lanyard outside my house.
Simon, fantastic first headline. It's reflective of how confusing the world is.
It is.
But it's got a happy ending. The flag is still there. It's still flying. Everyone's happy.
And he's still got his lanyard.
It's
win-win-win-win-win.
It's win-win-win. Okay, Simon, please now deliver your second headline.
Thank you. Apple could pay customers $95 in AI lawsuit settlement.
This is a business headline. one could say. Well, fuck me, you've not read this one either. Okay, all right.
What constitutes a business headline?
Well, it's
How
a
do you
business.
categorise it?
It's a company. It's a lawsuit. It's a business. There's compensation.
Right.
It's sort of, it's screaming sort of injury lawyers for you.
There were less photos in this one.
There were a lot more words. A bit more complicated.
Yeah. So, go on. You were going to say. Lead me.
Don't
Take
pass
me there.
it on to me.
Take me there.
Okay, right.
Why have you picked this headline, Simon?
Why
Would
have you
be a
picked-
question.
Why have you picked this headline, Simon?
Thank you, Cody. Good question. So this is what I think. So this was about Apple.
Yeah.
People sued Apple.
Yeah, they did.
Right. He's taken to court, and then they said that they'd promised a load of AI capabilities on the iPhone
Yeah.
that actually weren't there.
Yeah.
You know, when they bring out these new phones, they're like, this is going to be the greatest thing we have ever announced, ever, for 4 months.
They're on the big stage.
It's the, it has 15 cameras and no buttons, and it does nothing than the year before, but it's more expensive. And everyone's
Yes,
like,
exactly.
woo! It's like the most hyped, and they promised that it would have all this Siri AI stuff.
AI-powered Siri
but
stuff.
actually, it sort of didn't.
It didn't. It literally
It
didn't.
didn't, and they couldn't be asked to change the presentation. They're like, guys, none of the stuff you're advertising is on it. They're like, it's up till like 4 a.m. I'm not fucking changing it now, mate. I'm not. I don't give a shit if they're going to be pissed off. I'm not changing it. And that's basically seems to happen.
It is basically that.
Which is fun to know that Apple, the biggest, most rich company in the world, still have that office politics of I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, mate.
I don't give a
Honestly,
shit.
I've rewritten this 6 times. All right? I've mentioned the fact that it's now out in red. I'm not changing. So it comes out. They promised this thing. It didn't have it, which is...
Yeah.
So I've got an iPhone.
Yeah. Did you try and use... Is it one of these that's affected?
Well, it's one model affected though. It was everywhere. They said sort of, it's gonna have it, and it sort of didn't have it.
Yeah.
They're basically saying, Siri, have you got an iPhone?
Yeah.
Right, Siri.
I never use it.
Right. Well, I use it, and
You
we're in
do?
basically the same position. It's shit. It is dog shit. Everyone is fearful of AI taking over, and I get
Yeah.
it. Everyone's saying it's going to be happening. It's going to take over.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Siri, which is meant to be the cutting edge AI technology of one of the world's leading tech firms, can't phone my mum. Can't phone. Hey Siri, phone my mum. And it's like, do you wish to add a meeting in your calendar? It's like, no, nothing makes me more angry than Siri.
This is why I don't use it. I don't think I've ever used an AI-powered product that has been faster and more accurate than just doing it myself.
Right, well,
I
you
don't
are
even
the
use
ultimate, you're a human.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fighting
Like,
back
in
the
a
AI
nutshell,
revolution.
just gone, nothing in this earth is more powerful than humans.
And the human mind.
I'm incredible. I can do anything. Yeah, so apparently AI is going to be catching up to us in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, already, it's good. Even in the basic AI, if you want to do a calculation,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? You're going to ask yourself, or are you going to whip out your calculator? Get past the fact that it can say boobies. Did you have the calculator at school?
Yeah, of course I had a
The
calculator.
boobless.
Yeah, boobs,
Boobless.
boobless. Yeah.
Right. Good. And at that stage, we knew like you're AI, but you're smart. You can write boobies and boobless, but beyond that, you know your place. Right. Well, technology's moved on, right?
It has.
Now it can write all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I've asked ChatGPT. It can do tits. Willy can write anything. It's phenomenal, right?
The power of the human mind.
Right.
That's incredible.
So now they're saying these things are going to take up, and Siri, it's rubber. It is painfully bad, and they advertised it as this thing that was going to be able to do everything and take over and be in. I fired 3 members of my team thinking Siri would take over. Nothing. Fucking nothing.
And now you're on this podcast.
And now I'm on
I
this
see.
podcast. Having to right, Siri, book me the best podcast in Britain. And this
It is shit.
where it's fucking
It's
taking
so
me.
bad.
It's a shower curtain. So yes, so I like the fact that these people have taken them to court.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit intimidating, isn't it?
It is.
Taking anyone to court,
Well,
let alone Apple. But yeah.
Yeah, well, the kind of mad
Have
thing...
I got the story right,
You've
by the
got
way?
the story absolutely bang on, like, with no help of AI as well.
Yeah,
Very impressive. But the mad thing that Apple said, their defense was, we honestly didn't think people would be interested
Totally.
in the AI Siri.
100%.
So their reasoning for not putting it in the iPhone was that they honestly thought that no one would even try and use it, so they could say it was there and no one would notice.
No,
that's
agree.
not a defense.
That's why people spend $1,000 on a new phone.
Yeah.
Has it got any new feature?
Yeah.
Oh, don't even. You know
It's
what? I'm not going to
crazy.
use them. I'm not. Forget about it.
I sort of don't, to be honest. I sort of don't. Do you use all the features of your iPhone? You
God,
can try. No.
God, no.
I can't even. The new iPhone's got a thing where if you hold it in a certain way, I don't know. They explained to me in the shop, but I've never been able to do it myself.
Really pisses me off.
You can hold it and it will zone in on like your shoes or something,
Yeah.
and then it will go to a website and tell me where you got your shoes from.
Yeah.
I'm never going to use that.
No.
What do I need that for?
Well, if you want to
If
look
I-
at where your shoes are from,
Yeah.
that's a very rare example of where you could have. Where are they
Okay,
from?
yeah, that's true.
But
Okay, that
apart
is a
from
rare
that-
example of where I would use it.
But apart from that, I know what you mean. It's the button on the side.
That's it, yeah.
And I went for a jog the other day.
Yeah.
And it kept on zooming into things. Like I just
Yes,
stop it. And I
exactly.
don't know how, yeah.
Stop
so
it.
yeah, I think they are. They're blaggers. It's good to
They're
know.
total
that
blaggers.
The world. They're blaggers both for blagging it happening and then going, what? We just didn't. Sounds like a kid, doesn't it? I didn't know there was one there.
I didn't know anyone would look for
Like,
it.
what? We just said it. Like
We
no one's
said,
listening.
yeah, don't take our word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Did
so, and what have they given to everyone?
they've given possible $95 is the max you're going to get.
So
which,
that's kind of
considering how expensive the iPhones are, it doesn't feel like that much.
horrible,
but
isn't it?
they said it'll be about $25 minimum per device, which is negligible. And then they said if not many people claim it, we can up it to 95.
It's just unreal.
It's unreal.
Imagine taking the biggest company in the world to court, 7-year battle.
$25.
Lawyer comes back finally. The jury's decided. The good news is it's a win. The bad news is the 6.8 million you spent on taking them to court is only going to be offset a little bit. Don't attack me. It's the best deal I could do.
It could be $95.
Yeah.
It could be 95.
Yeah, yeah. If 5 of you in this room don't claim it, the other 5 are going to get 95.
It's unbelievable. Okay, Simon, could you please now deliver,
Oh, this is good.
in the fantastic news voice you've been doing, your third and final headline?
Report your dodgy barber in London to police if you think it's a crime front, says Security Minister Dan Jarvis.
Yes. Report your dodgy barber.
Report your dodgy barber.
I like this story.
So,
Sort of. Tell me what it is first.
the Security Minister.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was one.
Me neither.
No,
But there is one.
He's probably like the guy from Southwark
Got- yeah.
Council.
It's the
Hang on, we
same
don't have a
guy.
security minister.
Also, a man who's been arrested as much as you have, I would have thought you'd have thought there was a security
Right,
minister.
the security minister. So the security minister, top of his list,
Yeah.
is clearly everything in the UK is bloody secure at the moment because
Incredibly secure.
he's asking people to report barbers in case they think they're a front for crime.
Yes.
I don't know whether that means the haircuts they give are so bad it was criminal.
Well,
I asked for short back and sides, and I got a low taper fade.
honestly, it's not far off that.
Right.
Do you know the main sort of thing to look out for if your barber's dodgy? This is officially is how cheap your haircut is.
Amazing.
Which I think is outrageous. If there's Dan Jarvis, security minister, saying
Yeah.
if you go in a barber
Yeah.
and they cut your hair for cheap, they're probably
Yeah.
doing something dodgy, or
If-
they've got an offer on, or they're not ripping you off. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But 20p, they're probably pushing it.
Yeah, all right, all right, there is a middle ground,
If you're
I
going to
suppose.
have this as a cover, just look and act like it's for real. What about a shit haircut? If you come out for a very cheap shit haircut,
Yeah.
they're probably not barbers.
That's
also,
true.
if they've got guns on the counter instead of hair wax, and the guy behind the bar's got a toothpick in, the guy behind the till's got a toothpick in his mouth, and he's got that money counting machine.
If you come out with a bad haircut and a gunshot wound,
Yeah.
chances are they're doing something
report it.
dodgy. Report it. Well, that I actually think, in a way, it's a self-correcting system, that isn't it? Because if you do come out with a shit haircut, you're pissed off, you probably would report it to the police. That should be the
That's
advice.
over panicking. I'm not over panicking. The security minister said to do it. I think this is just a warning shot for criminals to go, guys, I think we need to invest in at least one barber here. And
one guy who knows what he's doing.
Take it down from, we had 1 ruble, 5 haircuts. Maybe change that to 10 rubles for 1 haircut. Otherwise, Dan will get us.
Then the security minister will shut us down.
Yeah, you know things aren't going great in the police when they're asking members of the public to report crime because it's a bit dodgy.
Exactly.
If you think any premise is a bit dodgy, let us know.
That is literally basically what he said.
Yeah.
The word they're using is dodgy.
Right.
That's not a legal term. If you go into a barber and it looks dodgy, says the government.
Brilliant.
Think about reporting it.
Brilliant.
He said, you're our eyes and ears. What the fuck is happening in this country? You're our eyes and ears. If you see anything dodgy, just report it.
The police commissioner said if it looks like shit and smells like shit, it is shit.
But the another mad thing, I assume you haven't read this article, so I'll throw out some facts. The mad thing is that the Met Police, Simon, do you want to guess? This, by the way, this is an article that's meant to be like, look how much work we're doing to stop crime. Do you want to guess how many premises, dodgy, we should say, that are suspected of being involved in crime? How many the Met Police visited last year? Last year.
I'm going to use my intelligence. When people go, how many?
Yeah.
It's either really tiny, and then you go, no, it's actually, or the other way around.
Yeah.
So you're either, it's actually 3, mate. Or no, it's actually 7 million. So let's stick in the middle.
The Met Police.
The Met Police.
The whole Met Police.
Whole Met Police.
For a whole year. How many premises for being dodgy do you think they visited?
How many barbershops have they invested for being dodgy? Or just premises?
Well, this is actually venues that include...
This is a new game show, part of the truth, in my opinion.
Dodgy or not
Guests
dodgy?
Try and answer a question they don't quite understand.
So this is... premises would be barbershops, fast food outlets, car workshops, nail bars...
We're opening up the lot
and
now.
any other cash-based business, that sort of thing.
That's every single high street
exactly.
in Britain. So
how many do you think they visited?
It's got to be... I'm going 4.
It's slightly higher. It's 30.
Oh, that's it.
30.
I thought you were going to say 14,000.
No,
I thought
they visited 30 premises.
How?
And now they're asking us to start doing the work.
Does it genuinely say 30?
It's 30.
They
the Met Police
30
last year visited 30 venues, including barbershops, fast food outlets, workshops, nail bars, and a range of cash-based businesses.
But in the last month, I visited more than 30 dodgy premises.
Exactly. This is why they're turning to you, Simon. Does it look dodgy in there?
Imagine.
Fucking get your ass in there and have a look for yourself.
Amazing.
Unbelievable. Also, there was...
I'm going to make a citizen's arrest.
Could you imagine?
I'm charging you with dodgy vibes.
That's what I mean. It's crazy. Well, apparently, they've pledged 75 extra police officers for the whole country.
For one premises.
The whole country.
Oh my God.
They're going to get on top of this.
If you have had that few premises and that few police, surely you should just not tell the numbers.
Exactly.
We've investigated a sizable number of premises and we'll be adding a significant number of officers to this.
Exactly. Well, this is the thing that they can't do that anymore, Simon, because we out them on this podcast.
Do we?
That's the thing we get.
You
into
can
the
get
numbers.
this thing called the what's the thing called where you can ask
like an FOI.
What's that stand for?
Freedom of Information.
Bosh.
Yeah,
Freedom. I love that.
Yeah.
Freedom of Information Act. I love that. Should use that with mates. Freedom of Information Act. How many pints have you had? Freedom of Information Act. Do you fancy it? I love that. It's a freedom of information. You can literally get stuff off organisations.
Well, I think that is honestly, I think that's actually a lot of the journalism in the country. Is that when these numbers, there's some numbers in here that they're quite boring, but they've got those numbers because they've just FOI'd them, and they're like, how much money are you spending? Because they haven't. They wouldn't. That's so embarrassing to be like, we've got 75 officers that are going to fucking handle this. Don't worry, across the whole country. They're not saying that. The journalists have FOI'd their asses.
I love it. You just
and now
FOI.
they have to say, oh yeah, it's actually only 75. And
it's like a swear in your life.
Swear
in your life, how many?
It is that.
Promise. Mums. How do you do FOI? You just go, I'm going to FOI your ass. And then they just go, okay, it was 3, we haven't, please.
And then you do finger guns. I'm
Finger
going to
guns.
FOI your ass. And then you have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
You have to tell the truth. That's the law. So yeah, I think thank you so much for bringing the headline, Simon. I'm sure everyone else in the country is going to feel pretty protected tonight.
Yes.
Knowing that 30 venues have been visited and we've got an extra 75 officers.
And if you've got a cheap shit haircut, you may have been ripped off.
You may have been ripped off
by criminals.
Report it immediately to the police. Simon Brodkin, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
FOI, did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it. FOI, did you?
100% loved it.
And before we go, please, where can people get tickets for your Simon Brodkin Unleashed show?
SimonBrodkin.com.
Excellent.
My name.
Fantastic.
.com. Easy.
Yeah.
I've gone with the classic system.
Really good.
It's the standard bearer for all website. You get your name, dot and a com, bosh. And then all the dates are up there.
Fantastic.
When's this going out?
This will go out Monday.
On Monday. So about to add a load of extra dates.
Fantastic.
Which is, I mean, not everyone's going to listen on Monday, right?
Not the whole country.
Well, how many people does everyone listen on Monday? Is it when it comes out?
Most people listen on Monday, actually, yeah.
Okay.
But
that's great.
Yeah.
No, they're really keen.
Not very keen.
Well, if you're listening on Monday, tomorrow there might be a treat for you.
Fantastic.
So yeah, all over the UK, around the world, the Unleashed tour. Come.
Amazing. Well, Simon, thank you so much. This has been the greatest pleasure of my life.
I'm not even going to FOI that.